Hello and welcome to Views on the Road. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make barbacoa. If you're interested, please keep watching. Alright, I hope you guys are excited to make this because this is a spectacular dish. It's super easy, it's super simple, it just takes a little bit of time. So I'm going to be making my barbacoa out of beef, but on your end, if you like lamb, chicken, pork, beef, goat, you can use whatever protein you're interested in to achieve such a delicious flavor that barbacoa does give you. You guys notice that the recipe doesn't include cinnamon, but if you like your barbacoa with cinnamon, you can go ahead and add some to your blend. So let's go ahead and get started. You can make your barbacoa with a huge piece like this. You know, it's usually done in a good, nice, deep pit. But since I'm going to do it on the stovetop today, I'm going to be chopping these up into big chunks. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can coat every single piece with a lot of flavor instead of just, you know, the whole piece. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this piece of chuck steak. I hope that you guys are able to see. And the wonderful thing about this recipe is that you're good for about 3 to 6 pounds with the blend and the portion of the ingredients that I've mentioned to you guys. For those of you guys that shop a lot at Costco, they have chuck roast, chuck steak, and then you can just chop it up, and it's a really, really good price and good quality meat. So these are about the size of the pieces that you want to have. Big chunks. And I don't want you guys to get scared when you see the fat in your chuck, because that's what's going to give this so much flavor. So I'm going to set this to the side, rinse my hands real quick, and I'll show you guys the next step. Alright, for our chilies, what we want to do is we want to take out all the seeds, and we want to keep the chili because we're going to be boiling our chili. Yes, you guys know how I feel about straining chile, but this is going to be well worth it because it's more of a runnier consistency that we're looking for. If you guys notice that my videos are getting a little bit longer, it's because I'm adding more details. The more questions you guys have for me, that's how I know how much to keep in and how much to take out, because I know there's a lot of new young ladies and gentlemen that are starting to cook, and you know, these things that come from instinct for a lot of us when we cook, and we've been cooking for a lot of years, you know, we still have that younger crowd that's still learning ingredients and how to work with certain recipes. So that's why you see some of the videos are a little bit longer, but you guys already know how to skip and fast forward me. That one always cracks me up. I mean, you'll be okay if you get a few seeds in there, but if you get too many seeds, it does get bitter, so you gotta be careful. But it happens. I don't know if you guys can see, I just kind of crack it. And if you're scared that they're too spicy, put some gloves on. You know, after so many times you do this and you rub your nose and your eyes, you kind of learn your lesson after a while. I really love this chile because when you make, for example, when you make chorizo out of scratch, it's what gives it the flavor. It just pulls through, and it's going to be the same for this meat. It's going to give it such a wonderful flavor. It gives it the color too that we're looking for. So that's why you kind of don't want to skip out on this one. I know not everybody can get a hold of it. Okay. And you'll notice with these chiles, sometimes they're super dry and sometimes they're really fresh. Like this one, oh, I love it. You guys know how I feel about this chile, right? It makes me blush. Aside from experimenting in the kitchen when I was younger, the first recipe I remember asking my mother to learn how to make was the red Mexican chili. The one that I used for the enchiladas. I knew for a fact that if something were to happen to my mother, that would be the one key ingredient that I would miss because nobody made it like my mother. And I'm pretty sure that's how you guys feel. That's not how my mom makes it. You guys know how many comments about that's not how my mom makes it I get. And I'm okay with it because my kids are gonna be like, that's not how my mom makes it, you know? And every mom has their own little special way of tending to their family. And I think it's great that I don't make it exactly like your guys' mom because that's what makes your mom unique. Bring your water to a boil in whatever pot you choose, and you're gonna pour your chiles in here. Okay, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna boil them about 5 to 10 minutes just until they're soft. That's all we're waiting for these chiles to be soft. And the good part is that whatever seeds you had left over that were stuck to it just kind of boil out, and you can kind of fish them out without having to take the seeds with you. Okay, while our chili's boiling, what we're gonna do with our meat, so we're gonna put it in the pan that you're gonna use, or you can keep it in, if you guys decide to do it in the oven or in your crock pot, you just want to put your meat on there, okay? There's no heat going on right now at all. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna sprinkle our chicken bouillon over our meat because we want to coat it. We want to start building the flavors. You can do it before you put it on your pan. This just works well for me while I'm giving you guys the recipe. Moves it along for us. Okay, we're just gonna let that sit there while we wait for our blend to be ready. To our blender, we're gonna add all of our chiles that we just boiled. You're gonna add your tomato, your onion, and your garlic. We're gonna be adding our soda in increments, so I'm gonna start off with 2 cups. And what we're looking for a runny paste. Be careful when you're blending soda. Don't want it to splash all over you guys. Okay, now we're gonna blend this until it's smooth and runny, okay? Let me see if it's a consistency that I need. That's more of a paste. We want it a little bit runnier than that. So I'm gonna add another cup of soda. That looks beautiful in there. It smells great. It's runny, slightly thick, not a paste. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and strain it. Our favorite part, guys. Okay, so now we're gonna strain our chile. I mentioned to you guys, I do know how to do it. I don't like to, but I will do it. And whatever we have in here, all that deliciousness, I kind of give it a little bit of a stir around. Just like that, and it'll help you get all the remainders. Make sure that you guys are tasting as you go, so that way when you make it again, you know what flavors you're looking for at certain points. Like after blending it, it's really a good idea for you to taste it. Depending on your peppers, it might be spicier or it might be just right.
So are you looking for a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of spice?
Yep.
Of the soda?
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be too sweet, right?
Not too sweet. It has to be a well balanced. That's why I'm not adding salt to this dish, because if we were to add salt, I might over salt it, and the bouillon actually gives a really, really good flavor. The chicken blend with this portion is a lot better than the beef bouillon. But if you guys want to do it with the beef one, go for it. There's no rules. It's your kitchen. You guys don't need my permission. Now that we've strained this magical chile, we want to add our vinegar and our cumin. Give it a good little stir before we pour it onto our beef. Okay, pour it over your beef, or whatever protein you guys chose to use. And if you worked hard on straining that chile, make sure you get every last drop. Add your bay leaf, you only need one. And sprinkle in your peppercorns. So what you want to do, you want to stir the beef and the sauce that we just made so that all the sides can get coated and marinated. And what we're going to do, we're going to let this sit here on no heat at all for 30 minutes. It's been about 30 minutes. And before we get started on cooking our barbacoa, I want you guys to pick it up and I want you to taste your blend. If your blend needs a little bit of salt, start adding half a teaspoon of chicken bouillon at a time until you achieve the flavor and the saltiness that's good to your palate, because whatever flavor you taste here, it's going to pull through for your meat. Mine is pretty good here. I added a total of 4 tablespoons of chicken bouillon, and this is going to be perfect for the amount of meat that I have. So now that I've said that, we're going to bring this up to a boil, and once it boils, we're going to turn it to a medium-low heat. Do you see how you still have a little bit of the broth? That's how I like my barbacoa, because when you serve it, it's not so dry, especially if you're gonna make them in tacos or like some type of bowl, depending on how you're gonna use it. It's been 2 hours for me, and this is ready to serve. So let me go ahead and plate it so that we can taste it.
What were you eating?
Okay, I admit you guys aguachile, and we were just munching on some aguachile, and it's so good. It's so good. And that's how you make barbacoa. If you like this recipe, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please take the time to subscribe and click that bell for notifications so that it gives you an alert when I post. Also, if you guys are making the Views recipes, please send them to me on Instagram and on Twitter so that I can post them here on the channel like this. So what I like to do is I like to grab my tortilla. You can use flour tortillas, corn tortillas, and you can use the barbacoa for burritos, tacos, tostadas, your sopes. Options are endless. And it's just so full of heart, delicious melt in your mouth. I'm so excited. I like it simple with white onions and cilantro. I made some fresh salsa. I have the recipe for this. It's more in a mukbang setting, but the recipe's still pretty good. It's actually really good. And then some onions. I actually like a lot of onions. Yes. If you want, you could squirt a little bit of lime. Fold it up and let's taste this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I hope you guys are ready to grub because these tacos, they are on point. They're divine. Heaven. I'm in heaven. And I already taught you guys how to make horchata a much easier way. Yeah, I'm happy. When you guys make this recipe, your whole house is gonna smell. The smell is so delicious that even walking into my garage, it smells so good. I mean, my neighbors must be wondering what the heck is going on in this kitchen. I want to thank you guys, all of you that have been sharing with your family, friends, posting me on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much for that. We're almost to our 100K goal. I mean, I didn't get this play button for these kids. I got to show off and be that cool mom, you know. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!